Welcome. Thank you for your interest in basic canine body language. My name is Deborah Oshbosh, and I will be your instructor for this class. In this class, you will learn how to recognize body language expressions and translate them into easy-to-understand messages. Understand how important the dog thinks it is for the message to be heard. Understand how serious a dog is about its message. Recognize the difference between harmless body language and body language that demands caution. And recognize the two most dangerous body language combinations. Basic canine body language. Before we get started, let's look at some basic body language and see if you can identify what the dogs are saying. Can you tell which dog is displaying dominance in this picture? Little dog on the right, the black and white dog in the middle, or the black dog on the left? Can you tell what the dog on the left is saying? Do you know what this dog is saying? Can you tell what this dog wants us to know? Do you know what this dog is communicating? And what is this dog's body language telling us? Did you recognize some of the body language? If you did, great. If you didn't, no worries. We'll go over them again at the end of the class so you can see if your recognition improved. Now, let's dig into those lessons. Canine body language facts. 90% of a dog's communication is done through body language. Dogs are constantly watching for and communicating through body language. A dog starts to learn submissive and dominant body language when they are around 7 weeks of age. A dog's body language is usually very subtle, but can be very bold. Canine body language is a fluid form of communication. Dogs can move quickly and smoothly from one category to another. Body language is limited. It is only a statement of what the dog is saying at that moment. It does not tell us the personality or temperament of the dog. Personality and temperament can only be determined through behavioral observation. Body language gives us a picture, behavior tells a story. Breakdown of body language communication. When a dog wants to communicate a message, it will first choose from one or two of 6 categories of canine body language. From these categories, it will choose expressions, multiple or single. The number of expressions displayed will tell us the urgency of the message. The intensity of the expression will tell us the dog's level of commitment. From this information, we can translate the message being communicated by the dog. Let's start with the 6 major categories of canine body language: dominant, aggressive, submissive, fearful, focused, attentive, relaxed, inattentive. Each of these categories are made up of expressions. An expression is defined as an observable and measurable form of body movement or posture used in communication. Every expression a dog makes can be classified into one of these major categories. Most of these categories are normal and healthy communications. Some of them can escalate to unhealthy behaviors. It is important for the safety of the dog and those around the dog that you know how to distinguish the healthy from the unhealthy. I've highlighted the categories that demand attention in yellow. We'll talk more about them when we go over the individual categories. Urgency of the message. The expressions used to communicate a feeling or thought can be used individually, or a dog can use multiple expressions at the same time. The number of expressions used equals the level of urgency being conveyed by the dog. A dog using several expressions from the same category at the same time is saying, "It's really important to me that you understand this." A dog using one or two expressions is saying, just so you know. Let's take a closer look at the expressions, multiple versus single. This dog's tail is lowered, its body is lowered, its head is lowered, and its paw is up. This dog is showing 4 expressions of submissive body language. This dog is saying it is really important to me that you understand this. The dog on the right has his ears back, showing 1 expression of submission. This dog is saying, just so you know. Commitment to the message. Dogs may display body language expressions subtly or very boldly. The level of intensity displayed in the expression dictates the dog's commitment to its message. The bolder the expression, the more commitment the dog is giving to its message. Bold says, I'm pretty serious about this. The more subtle expression indicates the dog has more flexibility. Subtle saying, I'm open to suggestions. Let's have a look at what that bold and subtle looks like. All 3 pictures are the same dog. In the first picture, the tail is in a natural position showing no dominance. In the second picture, this tail is subtly expressing dominance. He's saying I'm open to suggestions. In the third picture, the tail is boldly expressing dominance. The dog is saying I'm pretty serious about this. Now let's talk about dominant body language. This is our first category of canine body language. Dogs display dominant body language to express their understanding of their social standing. A dog expressing dominant body language is saying, I'm superior to you. Very important to remember, dominant body language is not violent. Tail held high is the first expression. As indicated by the blue arrow, the tail held high is the most significant expression of dominant body language. Heavy eye contact, stiff legs or body, pawing, jumping up, mounting, standing over, pinning down, and neck and muzzle mouthing. Let's see what that looks like in pictures. Tail held high. Typical greeting between 2 dogs. One usually has the tail up, like the black dog on the left, and one will have the tail lowered, which is the dog on the right. Dog on the left showing dominance. Dog on the right, not so sure. Heavy eye contact, tails up, and stiff bodies. These 2 dogs are showing very, very clear dominant body language. Jumping up, self-explanatory. Mounting. Mounting is not just for mating. Both males and females will mount to show dominant body language. Standing over. Again, not violent. This dog is simply standing over this pup who is displaying also perfect body language. And pinning down. These 2 are learning submissive and dominant body language. Muzzle mouthing, not as common, but very much a dominant body language. Neck mouthing, again, not as common, but definitely an expression of dominant body language. Social standing. A dog displaying aggressive body language is saying, I'm going to put you in your place. Aggressive body language is an elevated form of dominant body language, but unlike dominant body language, aggressive body language can be violent. As indicated by the yellow circle on the right, caution should be used around a dog using aggressive body language. Our first expression, and one of the most significant expressions, is the displaying of the teeth, lip curl. Snapping, obviously. Biting, another very obvious aggressive expression. Displaying of the teeth. Showing of the teeth and standing over. Standing over is a dominant expression. The showing of the teeth makes this expression an aggressive expression. Showing teeth and pawing, again, pawing is a dominant expression. The showing of the teeth turns this into an aggressive expression. Next category is submissive body language. Dogs display submissive body language to show they are not a threat. A dog displaying submissive body language is saying you can be in charge. Submissive body language is not just for the timid or frightened dog. All dogs, regardless of their level of confidence, will at some point communicate submissive body language. Ears back, one of the most significant expressions of submissive body language. Paw raised, another very significant expression. Tail low or tucked. Very little eye contact. Bowing. Rolling on the back. Submissive urination. Head lowered. And laying down. Generally, the closer to the ground, the bolder the submissive body language expression. We take a quick look on the right. We'll see the dog is displaying very, very good submissive body language. The ears are back, the head is down, the dog is not making eye contact, and she's laying down on the ground. Let's have another look at the submissive body language expressions. The tail low, paw raised, head lowered. Again, this dog is showing beautiful expressions of submissive body language. And the dog is bowing on the right. Bowing is actually the universal sign for play. Again, the dog is saying you can be in charge. Rolling on the back, not to be confused with the dog that rolls on its back because it's learned that it will get a belly rub or a chest scratch. This dog is clearly showing submissive expressions with the ears back and the tail tucked. Ears back. One of the most significant expressions of submissive body language. Submissive urination, one of the most frustrating expressions of submissive body language. Lowered head, little eye contact. Again, this dog is very good at expressing body language. Okay, our next category is fearful body language. As indicated by the yellow circle, fearful body language is a category that deserves caution. A dog displays fearful body language when it is frightened by a situation or an object. A dog displaying fearful body language is saying, I'm really scared and I just want to get away. Our first expression is shying away, one of the most significant expressions of fearful body language. Raised hackles, sideways looks, another very significant expression. Dumped anal glands, very serious expression. And a release of bowels. Everybody knows what that looks like. It's self-explanatory. Let's have a closer look. Some of the expressions. Sideways look and shying away. Two of the most significant expressions of fearful body language. Raised hackles, usually done in conjunction with dominant body language. This will be combined with the expressions of dominance. Dumped anal glands. A dog has anal glands in its rear. There's a picture of them right there. If a dog is truly, truly terrified, they will dump those anal glands and create a mess and a smell. It is one of the boldest expressions of fear. Attentive/focused body language. Dogs show focused body language when they are interested in something. A dog displaying attentive or focused body language is saying, I'm interested. Attentive is a term used in training to indicate the dog is paying attention to what the trainer is saying. Focused refers to everything else. Mouth closed. one of the most significant expressions of focused body language. Focused look on the object of their attention. Ears pointed in the direction of the dog's focus. This one's pretty easy to get. Let's look at some more pictures. Mouth closed, ears forward, eyes on. This dog is very focused. Focused look, mouth closed. Since the dog is training, we call it attentive. Focused look, ears forward, mouth closed. Again, we're going to assume this dog is looking at somebody. We're going to call it attentive. Relaxed, inattentive body language. Dogs display relaxed body language when they are at ease. It's a dog's way of saying, just chillin'. Inattentive is a term used during training when a dog displays these expressions. Dogs display inattentive body language when they are disinterested. It's their way of saying no thanks. Open mouth and panting, one of the most significant expressions of relaxed body language. Ears in a natural position, body loose and in a natural position, looking around. Let's see what it looks like. Open mouth, relaxed. Mouth open, natural stance. Dog's not focused on anything. It's relaxed. Again, mouth open, ears in a natural position. Dog looks very relaxed. Ears in a natural position, looking around. There's a human involved. That makes this dog inattentive. All right, it's kind of hard to see this little guy. He's looking around. His body's in a natural position. Obviously, someone is with him. His human is with him, and he is being very inattentive. Okay, let's look at body language combinations. It's usually normal for a healthy dog to express body language from two different categories at the same time. Sometimes it's an indication that the dog poses a major threat. There are two combinations that fall into the danger category. The first is defensive, which is a behavior, and the second is a fear biter, which is a personality. I'm not going to expand too much on them in this class. They don't fit into basic body language. Because of the complexity and danger surrounding this type of body language, I will touch on them here so you can learn to recognize and be safe if you ever see a dog displaying these combinations. I'll cover these behaviors more completely in Basic Canine Behavior course. Submission plus aggression equals a fear biter, and that is a personality. Any type of dog language that is used in combination with aggression is dangerous. A fear biter will display a combination of submission and fear with aggressive body language. This combination is the fight or flight body language. If the dog cannot get away, they will bite. Let's have another look. Here's fear and aggression. Again, same personality, a fear biter. The sideways look shows fear, showing of the teeth shows aggression. And one more look. Submission and aggression. Let's look at aggression plus an object. A dog that is aggressive when a certain object is around is being possessive. This is a behavior. Dogs that act aggressively over food, toys, or people are displaying possessive behavior. It is one of the top 10 behavioral problems in dogs, and it is very, very, very dangerous. Let's look at some healthy combinations. This dog is focused and relaxed. Just looking at something. Her mouth is open, showing relaxed body language. Ears are back. Dog is looking at its owner. Submissive and attentive. Ears are back. Mouth is open. Submissive and relaxed. Dog is looking at its human. Attentive. Mouth is open. Relaxed. So, did you learn anything about body language? I hope you did. Let's look at those pictures from the beginning of the class and see if your recognition improved. Can you identify the dominant dog in this picture? Black dog on the left, little black and white dog in the middle, little yellow dog on the right. If you said the black dog on the left, you're right. All right, dominant or aggressive? If you said dominant, you are right. Relaxed or attentive? Attentive. Focused or submissive? Ears back, submissive. Bonus if you said submissive and relaxed. Shy or fearful? If you said fearful, you are correct. Focused or relaxed? If you said relaxed, you're correct. Great job! Remember, body language is a vital part of canine communication. You cannot begin to understand how to help a dog without first understanding what the dog is saying. Dogs are always communicating something, and they are watching you for communications too. Practice makes perfect. Get started right away watching dogs and their body language.